Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve and to get introduction of first question regarding inventory levels. In previous lecture, we have already taken introduction, but that introduction was limited to the formulas only. And right now, we will get introduction how to put the amounts in those formulas. Basically, we are related with four major aspects. And second thing I would like to share before starting our solution of the question, we do have two questions. 8.28 is the first question, 8.29 second question. Why both questions are present at the same time? Because their level is so low and time consumption for these question is so low that within shorter period of time one question is expected to complete. So instead of making two different lectures, we will be making single lecture for two questions. Hopefully this routine will be continued. Okay, what I was telling you, there are four major factors in which the first element which we would be related with is ordering point. And how do you calculate ordering point? For that you need maximum consumption and you need to multiply it with lead time. So I would like to let you know both of these factors, what is maximum consumption and what is lead time. Whenever you will be giving your order, obviously you would have in your mind that your manufacturing process should not be stopped. So if you will be requiring 2000 unit and you are buying 2000 units equal to your requirement, what can be possibly happen? We have studied spoilage units and defective units. So there is possibility of damage of your number of units you have purchased. So you will not be able to produce required finished goods. At the time of order, you will try to order maximum number of units so that your level of production, your process of production should not be disturbed in case of any loss. Lead time is the time in which you can purchase maximum number of units or maximum consumption. Here actually what we need is maximum consumption is okay, and you can write as well maximum number of units. This would be our first target. Then we will see our second target, under which what you will do, be calculating maximum requirement. And how would you calculate maximum requirement? You need ordering point and you will subtract. Actually this formula is little large, so instead of doing here, we can take half of this part downward. So what do you need is ordering point. Okay, we'll have to write it again. Ordering point, and you need to subtract your minimum units, then you will multiply it with its own lead time. So this is formula for maximum requirement, and this formula is actually used for ordering point. Okay, so why not we should write in the similar way which we had been used for okay, so for ordering point we need maximum units and it would be multiplied by its own lead time. So this way your first and second option is completed. Then we would be having third option as well. and this would be associated with mini minimum requirement. And for minimum requirement, what you will do, again you will be in need to have ordering point, and you will be subtracting average number of unit and multiply by its own lead time. Since we have already understood these formulas in previous lecture, but right now our focus will be calculation which are needed to complete these formulas. Then number 4, still very important, and that is danger level. And for danger level, what we need is, we will be having average requirement, and it would be multiplied with time for emergency supply. So guys, these were 4 formulas with which we will be able to solve all requirements of this chapter. Now let's go back to the question. And here you can see our requirement. Most importantly, the first point is to see the requirement ordering point, and we have already written ordering point. And secondly, maximum inventory level. This is your second maximum requirement. It is also called inventory level. So I will write down the substitute words as well. Then third requirement is minimum inventory level. So minimum requirement or minimum inventory level. And fourth part was danger level, but it is not required in the question. So we are going to solve only 3 formulas. This is your question 1. That means 8.28 would be solved over here. 8.28. So now we are focused upon our first calculation, which is what maximum number of units are needed, and then we will multiply by lead time. Lead time would be different for every requirement. If we are using maximum units, lead time would be different. If we are using minimum number of units needed, lead time would be different. And when we are talking about average requirement, lead time would be different. So we will follow the inputs of the question, and please keep it in mind: for maximum different time, for minimum different time. And how you will be deciding which time is for maximum and what time for minimum? Simple rule is this: for maximum number of unit, maximum time is needed; for minimum number of unit, minimum time is needed; for average number of units, your average time is needed. Is there anything is there anything easier than this? Just see, if you are using maximum number of units, take maximum time. So when it will come, we will see it more deeply. Now let's see, we are going to solve ordering point. For what we need maximum usage. Here at this point you can have maximum usage 250 units. Put 250 over here. Then you need to multiply with lead time, and lead time is also present in your question, and that is 8 days. Another important thing is time and requirement should be matched with each other. Look at here, time is given in days. Please focus. Time is given in terms of days, and maximum, minimum, and average is also given on daily basis. So let's say if lead time was given as 8 months, and here it was written maximum daily usage. So obviously you will be You will not be accepting this fact. Why? Because months and days are not matched. So please make a good room in your brain. Requirement time and lead time should be similar. Daily, the word daily is being used for units, and days are also used for time. So it means for this question we don't have to change anything. Everything is synchronized. Maximum daily use was 250 and lead time was 8 days. So you will be putting lead time as 8 days. In this way our statement has been completed, and now we can calculate 250 multiply by 8. So we have got our answer 2000. Let's mark it as it has been completed. Go up and see answer 2000 for first requirement, and our answer is also 2000 for first requirement. So ordering point has been sorted out. Now we will see second requirement is maximum inventory level. For this we have the formula. Ordering point is also called point or level. Ordering level is the same thing. Okay, and ordering level has already been calculated. 2000 is answer of ordering point, and same answer would be used over here. To replace ordering point, we will write 2000, and then you need to subtract, bracket open, minimum number of units are required to be written. So we will go to the question, we'll see how many units are in category of minimum. Look over here, minimum daily use, and that is 150. So just put it 150 over here, and then you need to multiply with what? Lead time. And in question there is only one lead time, and that is 8 days. So you are openly put 8 over here. Statement is completed. Now we will put it on our calculator. 2000 minus bracket open 150 and multiply it with 8. So we have got second answer, which is 200, which is 800. This was what? Maximum. Okay, maximum requirement has third factor, which is EOQ. EOQ is what we will mention over here. EOQ is economic order quantity. EOQ is economic order quantity. Right now we will not discuss this factor and will not explain it, because in this chapter in inventory level it will always be given in the question. You don't need to calculate it, you do not need to understand it, but for the timing just one line you should keep it in mind. Economic order quantity is number of units with which you can get maximum profit. Economy means, economic order quantity means number of units which are needed to put in your production with which you can get maximum benefit. Low cost, high profit. This is also a benefit. Now third time listen again. Order of those number of units with which you can get maximum benefit, maximum financial benefit, low cost, high profit. This is economic order quantity. And again I'm letting you understand that in this chapter there is no formula, there is no calculation. This would always be given in your question. So simply what you will do, put sign of add and search if economic order quantity where it is given. Question number 28, first line EOQ is given, that is 2500. So you are now need to put okay, you are now need to put just 2500 over here in our formula, which was for maximum. So maximum requirement inventory level was having a third point, which is economic order quantity, and you will add economic order quantity 2500 in calculation as well. So we have got our second answer, and let's check it out. Second answer is 3300, and what we have calculated is also 3300. So mark it as it has been completed. So our two answers are ready, and now we will see our third point, which is minimum requirement. For that we need ordering point, and good thing is ordering point has already been calculated, which is 2000. So just put 2000 over here, sign of minus, bracket open, average units. Again in question we will see if average number of units are given. Look at here, average is again in daily usage, and our time is also in days, so it is matched. Every daily usage is 200 units. We are following this formula, average. So 200 is average number of units, then multiplied with lead time, and lead time we know that 8 days. It is similar for everything, as there is only one time. Now you will ask a question. At start I have said if it is maximum number of unit, use maximum time. If it is minimum number of unit, use minimum time. If it is average units, use average time. So what I am doing, I am using the same time for maximum, same 8 hours for minimum, and now same 8 hours for average. Why? Because in your question there is only one time which is provided, and that is 8. In other question we will see if there are more than one time is given in the question, we will use minimum time, maximum time and average time. But right now the same 8 hours would be used for maximum, 8 hours would be used for minimum, and 8 hours would be used for average as well. Formula has been ended, it hasn't have any third point, statement is completed. We are now open to calculate its amount. So 2000, then we have sign of subtraction, bracket open, again 200 multiply by 8. This way our formula has been completed. So we have got the answer 400, third answer. So you can see here you have your third answer, which is 400, and our answer is also 400. Let's mark it as well. It has been completed. So there were three answers: 2000, 3300 and 400. 2000, 3300 and 400. And what we have done is ordering point, maximum and minimum for question number 28. We have reviewed the answer and we are satisfied answers are matched. So somebody can ask why we haven't calculated danger level. It was not required by the question, so we will not calculate it. In this way our 8.28 has been completed. Alright guys, so we will start our second question as well at the same time. Let me uh, give your suggestion. Should we have the solution of second question at the same time, or we should have a separate lecture? Right now we will be doing at the same time, but I will wait for your comments. If you want to have solution of two questions at the same time, we will solve in the same lecture. Otherwise two different lectures can also be prepared. There is no difficulty, time would be same. I will have to shut it off this lecture and will start second lecture as well. So in this way there will be a little saving of time without taking off and taking on again and again. We can solve our second question as well. So I will wait for your suggestions. Question number 2, and this would be 8.29. For this again we will go to the question, and you can see in 8.29 we have reorder, minimum, maximum. Same we will be writing over here. So first point is ordering level, under which what we will do, we will use maximum number of units, and it would be multiplied by its lead time. Then we will have our second point, which is maximum requirement, maximum requirement or maximum inventory level. And how would you calculate this maximum inventory level? You need to have ordering level or point, and then you will minus start bracket minimum units would be multiplied by lead time, bracket close, and then you will add economic order quantity. So this way you will calculate your second formula. And then we have our third part, and in third part what we will be doing, the formula which would be used would be minimum, and we don't have the line. Let's make arrangements for the line as well. Okay, from here to last level we do need lines. So for third point we will be calculating minimum requirement, and with which what you will do, you need to have ordering point and then subtract bracket open average requirement. It would be multiplied with lead time and bracket close. Can you imagine? I'm writing these formulas again and again. It is very easy for me right now just to get copy from here and posting over here. There would be very easy working for me. But why I am going to calculate it? It's just for you that you will have to write again and again everything. So why I would be copying it? I will write it as my students will have to write it again. So same working has been done. And danger level formula, as you have understood that we need average requirement, it would be multiplied by time for emergency supply. And I have seen the requirements, danger level is still not required in the question, so you may leave it. Okay, so it's time to put values in our formula, and for which what we need is maximum number of units. Here you can see maximum consumption or maximum number of units are given as 1800. So put 1800 over here, then sign of multiplication and lead time. So good thing is we have two lead times, reorder period or time. And secondly, you can see your time is in weeks, and all requirements given over here is also per week. So again, there is no problem, no trouble of putting these values to the solution of the question because they are already matched. Some question in future we will be solving when your time unit and consumption unit would be different. Like if it is per week, time would be given in days, then we'll have to match both elements. So now we have two timings, 4 and 6. And in earlier question, I have informed you if it is maximum requirement, use maximum time. If it is minimum requirement, use minimum time. If it is average requirement, use average time. Right now we are solving ordering point, and for that we need to have lead time. For this lead time, we are associated with maximum number of units. We'll go back to the question and we'll see there are two timings, 4 and 6, and we are associated with maximum consumption. So we will use our maximum time, which is 6. So here you will put 6. Statement is completed. Now we can put these amounts on our calculator. 1800 multiplied by 6. So we have got our first answer, and you can see check figures. First answer is 10,800. It has been completed. So we can mark it as it has been completed. So question number uh, 2, 8.29. We have completed it. Now we will see this was not needed to be happen, but it had happened. And just I wrongly pushed a button, but it's okay. We are safe. Otherwise, uh, this sort of software will take a lot of time to be on normal view. Okay, we are now going to calculate our next requirement, which is maximum inventory level or maximum requirement formula. We have already written ordering level minus bracket open minimum unit lead time EOQ. Ordering level is the first point to be added, and we have already calculated ordering level, and that is 10,800. We are open to put first factor 10,800, sign of minus, bracket open. Then we need minimum units. Go back to the question and you will see where are minimum consumption units. 1400, we have got it. So just posting 1400 in place of minimum requirement. Then we need lead time. Now lead time, as it was earlier discussed, time is directly dependent upon its associate, and we are associated with minimum number of units, so we will use the minimum time. In question there are two timings are given, 4 and 6. Right now we are related with minimum consumption, so we will use the minimum time, which is 4. So you can put 4 over here, close your bracket, then you will add what economic ordered quantity, for what you will go to the question. Here you can see economic order quantity is given. I have told you in next chapter we will be calculating it through its formula, but right now we do not need to understand the formula. Direct amount would be given in each and every question of this chapter, so we will just pick these 6,000 units as economic order quantity and we'll put over here. Economic order quantity, what was the theme? Number of units with which we can get maximum economy. Statement has been completed. We can now put it on calculator. First amount is 10,800, then minus, start your bracket, 1400, and would be multiplied by 4, close your bracket, then add 6,000. In the similar way, you will be able to write down these statements on your scientific calculator. Instead of solving step by step, just put everything at the same time. Alright guys, you have got the answer, and you can see we have calculated maximum requirement, and maximum was written on C part. Our C part answer is visible over here. C part is 11,200 and we have calculated 11,200. In this way, our second portion of this question has also been calculated. We are marking it as it has been done. Next process we will be doing is minimum requirement, and for minimum requirement first point is ordering point, and that ordering point we have already calculated, that is 10,800, so you can directly put 10,800. Next step is to put minus and start your bracket. We are following this formula and we'll go to see what is average or normal requirement. Normal consumption, please note it down. Normal consumption is also called average. Normal average is similar things. Come over here. We have 1600 as our average requirement, 1600 number of units. Put 1600 over here. And now next we need to multiply with lead time. Okay. So for minimum time, we have minimum requirement, we have used minimum time, which was 4. For maximum requirement, we have used maximum time, which was 6. For average, there must be a third time, and third average time is not given. Minimum time given, maximum time given, but average time is not given, so you will have to calculate it by yourself. How do you calculate average? In third, fourth standard, we used to have calculate our averages. Simple is this, both amounts would be added and will be divided by numbers. How many numbers these are? There are 2 times, so we will divide it by 2. So to calculate average, we will use this space. Average time would be calculated by adding maximum time and minimum time. Sum of maximum minimum time would be divided by 2. In this way we can calculate average time. Maximum time was 6, add minimum time, which was 4, close your bracket, divide it by 2, and start bracket is also important. In this way you can calculate your average time. Statement is completed, open your bracket. Now you can put your amounts in on calculator. 6 plus 4 divided by 2, so we have our average time, which is 5. Since we have got this average time, we are now open to put it in our formula, where average requirement was needed to be multiplied by lead time. Lead time was not present in the question. You have uh, by self calculated the average time, which is 5. Close your bracket. Statement completed. Now we can calculate it. 10,800, it would be subtracted, bracket open, 1600 multiply by 5, bracket closed. So in this way, last 2800 we have calculated. It was required in B point minimum 2800. So we have calculated minimum requirement 2800. It means our third answer is also completed. So let's mark it as it has been completed. So guys, we were having 3 answers. Let's review your question. Second question: 10,800, 11,200 and 2,800. Here is your answer: 10,800, 11,200 and 2,800, and answers are completely matched. Our second question has also been completed. Now look at the time. Within uh, the, the time which was used to solve the single question, we have solved 2 questions. That is why I was making this lecture for 2 questions. But after your comments, we will see whether to solve 1 question per lecture, or we can solve 2 questions per lecture. According to your suggestion, we will go through. Now here it's time to review your question. 3 requirements were present in first question and 3 requirements were present in second question. It was 8.28 and 8.29. I'm zooming it off just to let you know the volume and appearance of this question. This is your complete question. Can you imagine how short this question is? And in exam, it would be a long question for full marks. Either you will have to solve this left page or you will have to solve your right page. These are 2 questions, mind it. So left, just 4 formulas, maximum danger level you will be calculating. With 4 formulas you will calculate your first question, and with 4 formulas you can solve any other question. 28, 3 answers, answers matched. 29, 3 answers, answers are matched. So it means our question number 8.28, 8.29, both questions have been completed. And though we have taken a very short time, but you are very open to ask your question regarding the solution of this question. Simple is this: you must have formulas in your mind. If you have formulas in a very fluent way, I can promise that there would not be any difficulty to solve this question, though we are uh, just understanding a university level of book. But even then I can suggest that this standard is below our school level suggestion. Simple is this: we should have formulas, and from these formulas we will be putting amounts to get the answers. 8.28, 8.29 has been completed. Surely we will be meeting for the solution of any other question in the future, but I am humbly requesting, as I used to request to you people, to please solve this question for more than 2-3 times for just practice, not the punishment. Just solve these 2 questions for 3-4 times. I would be very sure that after practicing 3-4 times you would not be having any difficulty in this solution. Time has been ended. We will be meeting for solution of any other question in near future. Up till then, please take care of yourself, and I am requesting you to please pray for me as well. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much for your time. Allah Hafiz.